Hey, it's Aaron. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out this website here called Gengo, okay? And maybe you're wondering, is this legit? Do they really pay out? Can you become a translator online if you know multiple languages? Is this a good way to make money online? Or are there better ways to make money on the internet, okay? Now, at any time, if you want to get my favorite way to get to $5,000 to $10,000 a month, 100% from home, click the link below and I'll share with you my favorite strategy. Now, on this channel, I've reviewed literally hundreds and hundreds of different strategies online to make money. Some of them are really good, some of them so-so. A lot of them, though, are big waste of time. So let's check out Gengo to find out whether this is a good opportunity to make money or are there better ones out there, okay? Now, Gengo is actually a very large online translation company. So they translate multiple languages for a lot of different companies all over the world. You can see right here, these are some of their clients. They do big clients, medium-sized and small, even private jobs as well. So this is for the clients. The pricing is obviously right here on the top, right? But for you, if you're watching this video right now, maybe you speak multiple languages, maybe you would like to be able to translate, and maybe you're wondering, can you become a freelancer and work for them? Yes, you can, and we're going to cover that in today's video, okay? So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, right, you'll see that under community, you can become a translator, all right? So you want to click on that, and it's going to give you details about how you can join and become a translator. So I would click on here, become a translator, right? And all of the details are right here, okay? You can sign up as a translator, right here. You have to sign up and basically go through the testing. I'll show you exactly what to do, okay? Now, the way that it works is the nice thing about being a translator for a big company like Gengo is number one, they've got reputation. Number two, you don't have to worry about payment because when you do the job, you will definitely get paid, right? Another thing as well with this particular role is because it's a freelance role, there's a flexible schedule. So they've got freelancers all over the world. All you need is a computer and a good internet connection, okay? So you can pick and choose, through thousands of different projects that are available every single day to find work that way. And again, all you need is your computer, right? Which is really, really cool, all right? Now, we'll go through how much you get paid in a second, right? But this is the way that it works, okay? So I showed you the page earlier where you get signed up, right? Now, in order to do this, first of all, you have to create that free account, which I mentioned earlier. And then you have to take a two-part test. That's really important. So they want to make sure that if you're going to be working with them, that you can speak fluently these languages, right? So this is very important. If you've never done any sort of translation work before, then you have to understand that you have to speak multiple languages fluently, okay? So for example, if you're translating from Japanese to English, you have to speak Japanese and English fluently so you can do the translation. It can't be like you speak conversational, languages, then you cannot be a translator. This is something that, this is high level stuff, right? So please make sure that if you are interested in becoming a freelance translator with Gengo or any company, and I'll show you some other resources towards the end of this video, okay, so stick around. You have to make sure that you can speak these languages fluently, otherwise don't even bother, otherwise you can't pass their test, because these tests can be pretty hard, okay? Now, once you pass the test, okay, and you can check the translator resources right here to prepare for it, right? They will approve you. Okay, and they're going to make sure that, of course, you can at least translate at the right level, and that's really, really important. But once you do, you will get access to all their different workbenches and all the different jobs that they have available. Okay, then what you do is you do the translation jobs, and what happens is you will get paid directly through Gengo. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, if you want to get better jobs and higher paying jobs, then later on you have to, you can, if you want to, you can take what's called their pro qualification test. Much more difficult. They want to see the level that you're actually at, and you can get more challenging projects that have excuse me, higher reward rates, okay? But obviously that takes a lot more time. You have to be at a much higher level, and you can try that out if you want to get access to higher paying jobs, okay? Now, some of the languages, German to English, Japanese to English, Japanese to Spanish, for example, right? Japanese to English, Russian to English, English to French Canadian. So lots of different, variations depending on what your language expertise is, okay? But these are the ones that are really popular right now. Chinese translation, Dutch, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Portuguese, and Spanish, okay? So this is where they have the most availability. It doesn't mean that they don't have availability in other languages if you speak other languages, but just important, to note that these are the most amount of projects that they have, okay? These languages right here. Now, the big question is how much do you get paid, okay? So it kind of works like this, right? And it's nice that they show this, and this is really a good number because I have basically done research on quite a few translating services, and sometimes they overquote. Okay, here's the reality of translation jobs. It's a freelance job. You're competing against hundreds and thousands of other freelancers who already work for Gengo. They've got a limited amount of jobs that they can give you, even though they mentioned that they've got a lot of projects, but the reality is that they, only one translation person can take one job, right? So they don't have an unlimited amount of jobs. And so because of supply and demand, you're only going to be able to pick up a certain amount of jobs at that particular time, okay? And because of that, a lot of their jobs really, and you can see right here, right? It depends, across languages, and it depends on customer demand and job availability, right? So even with English, which is actually the most popular one, the average monthly earning is only about $417. It's not that much, okay? Because a lot of what will happen is you're going to pick up jobs, but for the most part, if you calculate the hours, it's mainly going to be part-time hours, right? 4 hours, a little bit less than 4 hours per day doing translation. Okay, so you can see some of the other languages here. Let's see, Arabic, right? $200 a month. Okay, this is average, what their average freelancer language translator makes a month. Bulgarian, 260. Chinese simplified, 540, which is interesting. This is more than English. Okay, you got Dutch, 255. Let's look at some of the popular ones like French. Okay, French, from France, that's pretty high. German, pretty high. Indonesian, that's kind of there. Italian, Japanese, you get the idea. But excuse me, even on the high side, you're earning around $500, okay, $540, something like that. So it's not a huge amount of money, but it can get you started. And if you're doing part-time work, then it could be pretty cool, right? As just an additional source of income, all right? Now, what I would recommend is if you really are a translator, and you've got the skills, or maybe you've never done it before, but you speak multiple languages, I would recommend joining several online translating businesses, okay? So the first one you can check out is Gengo. Another one that you can check out is Steps, okay? So I would sign up with these guys, and I would also sign up with Textmaster. So these three, they're all vetted, they're all very decent, and that way you have access to multiple jobs so that hopefully you can increase the amount that you're earning. Because honestly, $500 a month translating is really not that much money. It's not going to break the bank. This is kind of like just a little bit of spare change on the side, extra, it might help to pay a couple of bills, buy a few groceries, that kind of thing, but you're certainly not going to replace your full-time income. I mean, full-time income, we're talking at least, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, right? US dollars a month. Otherwise, this is not really going to get you anywhere, okay? The other thing that I would say is that freelancing is great, right? And Gengo is a cool company, but you have to understand that if you're not working a job, then you're not going to get paid, right? So you're still working a full-time job here, right? Or a part-time job. Basically, you're still trading time for money, right? And the thing is that online on this channel, I've reviewed so many different strategies: freelance, not freelance, websites, business models, systems, things like that, right? And what I've seen is that, look, if you're going to be spending time online anyway, you may as well leverage the internet. So you may as well generate income that you can make while you're not necessarily working, right? But with freelance jobs, again, you're delivering a project for a particular client. So if you're not working, you're not making money. If you're sleeping, if you're sick, if you want to travel, you're not making money, right? And that can be a problem, okay? So even though I think it's still pretty cool, and Gengo is a cool little opportunity, just remember that you're still trading time for money here. You're still really freelancing your services, your hours, and it's really not that much, is it? It's quite low, unless you join multiple of them. But still, I mean, if you were to multiply this by 3, let's just say, maybe $1,000, maybe $1,500, still not full-time income. What if you could do much, much better, all right? So completely up to you. I'll share with you how you can do that in a second. But if you want to check it out, Gengo.com is a pretty cool website. And if you speak fluently multiple languages, you can definitely check it out, all right? Now, on this channel, I have reviewed hundreds of opportunities, right? A lot of them not great, some of them okay, but there's some really great ones, okay? And out of all the great ones, I've distilled it to one strategy, which I think that an absolute beginner, someone that's never made money online, no experience, has the best chance of going from $0 to $5,000 to $10,000 a month, and much more depending on how much effort you put in, okay? If you would like to check out that strategy, click the link below. I've got a free masterclass that goes through it step by step. You can access it for free if you want to check it out below, okay? I hope you enjoyed this review of Gengo, and I hope to see you on another video review. Take care.